Hi guys, I just want to do a really quick product review on products that I use every single day. So here we go. As you can tell, I do have a lot of Curash products here. It is simply by coincidence. Some of these products I was given as a gift from my baby shower when I was pregnant with Zach. Others I've only just started using recently. The Zach actually has really bad nappy rash at the moment. He is smack bang in the middle of teething, so obviously it arcs up nappy rash something shockingly. I will admit in the last couple of weeks I have had to seek medical attention for Zach's nappy rash because it got really bad. So we have, over the last couple of weeks in particular, I've been swapping and changing and trying a few different things out with Zach to try and ease that for him. The products that I literally swear by the most on this whole table at the moment are literally the Curash Nappy Rash Cream and the Curash Powder. The Nappy Rash Cream I have used, as you can tell, I've used quite a lot of it. I absolutely love this product. I started using it on Zach when he was a newborn, and then I swapped and changed a fair bit to try out different nappy rash creams, particularly when Zach's nappy rash cream started to arc up, and I've come full circle back to it again. I find that this nappy rash cream is a lot thicker than the other nappy rash creams out there, and it tends to heal nappy rash for Zach a lot quicker than it does with the other nappy rash creams that are out there. In the last couple of weeks I have also started to use the Nappy Rash Powder. This is a new product for me, and I have found that particularly in a combination of both the Nappy Rash Cream and the Pseudo Cream, it's really good for nappy rash, and it does help to minimise it quite a fair bit as well. So this is a new product for me that I would highly recommend as well. As you can tell, I do also have the Pseudo Cream here too. The Pseudo Cream was recommended to me by my GP in a combination with another cream that Zach actually had to get a script for, so I don't have that one here, when his nappy rash cream got really bad. And the Pseudo Cream was really fantastic for Zach when his eczema was, when his nappy rash cream was really bad. But I do find it really expensive. So I do tend to only use the Pseudo Cream when his nappy rash starts to get really bad. My husband also uses the Pseudo Cream on his eczema as well, because my husband does get eczema from head to toe. So he uses the Pseudo Cream a little bit when it starts to flare up too. But mainly I just use the nappy rash cream and the baby powder from Curash unless his nappy rash is really bad. The other products that I really use daily are the Curash Soap-Free Baby Bath. I cannot highly recommend this product. I have used it from day one with Zach. We used it in the hospital. We've used it in every day since we got back, came home from the hospital as well, and he's now 8 months old. I really love the fact that you don't put this baby bath directly on Zach's skin. You actually mix it into the water like a bubble bath. And then obviously you let the water do the trick, but it's got a really good smell to it as well, and I just find it really it moisturizes Zach's skin really well. My husband's going to absolutely hate me saying this, but I have also caught my husband using this out on his eczema as well. When my husband is a tradie, so when he's had a really dirty, gritty day on site, he will tend to use this because he doesn't find it as bad on his eczema. The other thing that I use daily is the Sorbolene cream as well. The Sorbolene cream is really fantastic on Zach. It's just a basic Sorbolene cream, but it smells amazing, and I really love snuggling up to Zach when he's got that on. The shampoo and conditioner that I've got here, as you can tell, I haven't used all that much of it, so I really can't put a proper review on this. I do have friends of my mother's group and that sort of stuff that have used this and they swear by it, but Zach doesn't have a lot of hair, so we don't tend to shampoo and condition his hair as often as I should, simply because he just doesn't have it. So yeah, the other product that I've got here are the Curash Simply Wipes. I will admit I have only been using these for literally the last week, and I only bought them because they were on special, but I did buy them in particular because I wanted to try out wipes that only had the water in them to help ease Zach's nappy rash. I have found that the Simply Water wipes are really the way to go, and I can honestly tell you that I won't be changing nappy wipes anytime soon. I will be sticking with ones with just the water in it. In saying that, I only ever buy wipes when they're on special, so these just happen to be the ones that were on special last week. I can honestly say that in future, if another only water nappy wipe comes on special and these are more expensive, I will probably change brands. It's just because these were on special last week that I've got them. The other things that I use are the nappy sacks. I do tend to buy these nappy sacks in particular simply because not only do these smell great, but you open the packet and you pull one nappy bag out and you get one. I've tried a whole heap of different nappy bags and I found that these are the best ones simply because they make me the least frustrated. And I say that because I've bought the cheaper version from the Aldi brand. As you can see, this is just an empty packet, but the really frustrating thing I found about these ones in particular was that you can't pull one nappy bag out. If you went to pull one nappy bag out, you ended up pulling out 50, and when you're smack bang in the middle of a nappy change, it gets really frustrating. And then this pack was really hard to get the nappy bags back in as well, so you normally just ended up with nappy bags all over your change table and all over your nappy bag, and it just got really inconvenient, really frustrating for me, because I do like everything really organized. So in the end, I literally did away with these, and I do tend to buy the nappy sacks. They are a little bit more expensive than the Aldi brand, but they make me far less frustrated, so in my opinion they are worth it. The other thing that I've done recently is I have changed Zach's nappies slightly. We have literally I've tried a whole heap of different nappies with Zach, particularly when he was a newborn, because you can get a whole heap of different samples from different companies when you're pregnant that you can try out for newborn nappies. I really liked the Aldi ones, so I tend to stuck with them when he was a newborn and when he was an infant. I found that these were really soft. They weren't as plasticky as the other nappies that are on the market. Like even now, standing here comparing this to a Huggies nappy that I've got here as well, the Huggies nappy literally feels more plasticky than the Aldi nappy. These tend to be a little bit slimmer, so they are a little bit more comfortable for Zach as well. I have found that he doesn't arc up as much in these ones as he does in the Huggies ones, particularly when he was a newborn. He actually hated the Aldi nappies when he was a newborn. He used to scratch at them and complain the second he was wet, so we really liked the Aldi ones. In saying that, I have noticed a problem going up to the crawler nappy size in the Aldi nappies is that because they are slimline, they don't hold as much as the Huggy nappies. And so therefore, particularly overnight when Zach isn't sleeping through as yet, but he is sleeping a little bit longer than he did. And because of that, obviously I don't change him as much overnight than I do during the day. So I did find that overnight these did begin to leak and they weren't as absorbent. So it did arc up his nappy rash. And he tended to be very wet in the mornings. So overnight I have swapped Zach over to the Huggies for boys nappies, just because these do have a 12-hour absorbency and are supposed to be leak proof. I have had a couple that have leaked, but hey, you get that with every brand. They all tell you they're leak proof, they're not. And I also use these for long trips. If we're going in a car ride for a couple of hours or something, I will put a Huggies nappy on Zach just because they are more absorbent. But in saying that, they are chunkier. And as I said, that to me, they just feel a little bit more plasticky than the Aldi one. So I tend to only use these overnight, and I use these over day. The other thing is as well is that the Huggies nappies are definitely more expensive than the Aldi brand. I know that I've worked these out to be about 17 to 18 cents a nappy, whether these ones are more expensive. So to cut down on cost, I do use these of a day and only the Huggy ones of a night, but that's just what we do. The other thing I swear by are the Aldi swim pants. Now I have used Huggies and I do, but I tend to stick with the Aldi brand of the swim pants. Zach is mainly because Zach is actually a really big swimmer, and swim pants are expensive. You're looking at about $15 for 12 of them, with the Huggies brand in particular. So I tend to stick to the cheaper version, mainly because Zach's has 1 to 2 swimming lessons a week, depending on our week, and we also go swimming ourselves. So whenever we've got Zach in the pool, we will throw him in. So it's nothing for me to use 3 of these in a week. So I tend to stick to the Aldi ones because of the cost of them, but in saying that, they aren't as bulky as the Huggies ones, and Zach just tends to enjoy them a little bit more, I think. He gets really itchy in the Huggies ones. I don't know what it is, but he just seems to scratch more. So so we stick to the Aldi ones there. The other things that I absolutely love are these disposable change mats. As you can see, you get 10 in a pack. I usually buy these from either Baby Bunting or Toys R Us, depending on where they're on special. These are, I actually find these mats are really big. They're fantastic if you don't have a change mat at all, but as you can see, I do. So I actually cut these in half, and I use them more as a change mat liner than I do an actual change mat. And the reason being for that is because, as you can see, I've got it laid out here. But the reason I do that is because I find these fantastic for when, particularly when Zach was a newborn. If he had a really disaster of a nappy and I ended up with stuff everywhere, I could literally just pick up the liner, throw it out with his nappy, put a new one down, and I wasn't constantly changing my change mat and having to wash it every single time. It was I'd literally throw it out with his nappy and we're good to go for the next nappy change. I do the same thing with my change mat that I've got in my nappy bag. I have these on a liner as well, and half the size of one of the change mat actually fits my my nappy mat that I've got in my nappy bag perfectly. And again, it's fantastic when we're out and about. If I have a messy nappy, I can pick this up, throw it out. I don't have to worry about having to come home, wash, dry my nappy mat and my nappy bag ready to go again. Obviously when you are out and about, you can have 2 to 3 nappy changes. So if Zach makes a mess of the first one, then you don't have a change mat for the rest of the day. So I found these amazing because I could literally just throw it out and put a new one down and away we would go. So yeah, that's it for my basic essentials today. If you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to give me a call. Bye.